This is the Dan Matheny Show.
Electro Lounge Turntable Tuesday. Tonight, music by Chet Baker from Vinyl from 1962. Chet is Back is the name of the album. Sit back and enjoy fresh music from the Electro Lounge right now on 89.9 WJCT.
Good afternoon, David. It is good to see you, and welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us today. Today's topic is camera panic. David, when were you on video for the first time?
Ooh, the first time? I don't even remember.
You don't even remember?
What would the first time been? Because I was always the photographer. I'm the cameraman, so I never had to be on camera.
Right, and I remember reading about that too.
Yes, so I think I was interviewed at Channel 4 for an event here. I did a film festival for this station.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on camera for pledge drives.
Right. So in the short interviews I've done, you're pretty relaxed and composed because you've always been around a camera.
Right.
So that makes sense.
I'm going to turn this on you and say what I did as a cameraman to make people at ease.
Yeah.
First of all, you don't walk in with your camera on your shoulder. You walk in with your camera down so they don't freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you do is you tell them just to be conversational. We're just in the backyard. You're leaning over the fence telling me what you saw. So you try and make people at ease.
Yeah.
The other trick of the trade is that you say, we'll just do a run through, and you roll on it. And if they're really good, you say, we're good. Got it. Because once you tell them it's for real, they get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So tricks of the trade.
Yeah, that makes sense. So did you have anxiety issues when you first got into broadcasting, radio, or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really? So it was just natural to you because of your love for music and
Right.
you were around people.
No, I don't want to be on the stage introducing the next big concert. That makes me nervous.
That would make you nervous, yeah.
But here in the radio or on TV, people I know, it's fine.
All right. Well, pretty much we've gone over what tips that you would have for somebody. You would hold the camera down.
Right.
So we've gone over that. Do you have any other tips or suggestions that would help people that would have camera panic?
It really depends on the situation when you're shooting someone. If I rang your doorbell because your wife just died in a car accident, the camera's down, I am so sorry I'm here. I'm sorry to meet you under these conditions, but we just don't want your wife to be a statistic. We want to put a human face on this story. So that's how you break the ice. But reality is somewhere in between there. You think enough that you don't overthink, and you're casual enough, but you don't look unprepared.
Right, yeah.
So reality, like most of life, is somewhere right in the middle there. Because there's nothing worse than being unprepared.
That's right.
So when you shoot a lot and use a little.
Yeah.
When you go in, you have a lot of questions planned. You may not ask them all, but you don't want to go in short. You don't want to shoot too little. You don't need anything but me talking to you to tell you a good story.
That's right.
You don't need any B-roll. You don't need any jokes. You don't need anything. So if you're always thinking that this person I'm going to interview, or if you're the interviewee, you're telling a story. That's all anyone wants to know. Tell me a story. The time I hitchhiked to Mexico, the time I did this, when I graduated, the party I had at my wedding. They're stories. That's what people are interested in. They're not interested in how good your voice is or how much thinking you did before.
Yep.
Well, most of us are interested. It's just good stories, whether they're bedtime stories or how did you get to where you are.
This concludes today's topic of camera panic. Very informative and helpful. Thank you, David, for your insight and all the extra information about telling the story, which is actually very important because knowing how to tell a story is half the battle, and being prepared also, but being prepared in the right way, in the balanced way, which is what I've also talked about too. Tune in next week for Primetime Vocal Development. Till next time, take care.
There you go.
Welcome to the Electro Lounge Turntable Tuesday. Tonight, music by Chet Baker from Vinyl, 1962.
This has been a Dan Matheny production. Remember to tune in to WJCT 89.9 The Electro Lounge from Monday to Saturday at 9 p.m. Thank you very much.